During the making of this video, the operators of various mines allowed the staging of certain conditions which may at first appear to be unsafe and not according to certain federal, state, and/or company safety procedures. These scenes were created strictly to demonstrate the differences between correct and incorrect safety and work procedures in the mining environment. They in no way are a true reflection of the condition or operation of the mine shown in this video production.
Hi, welcome to another in our exciting series of mine safety training videos. Today's topic is fall protection. Notice the two miners below me here in the man lift. They're wearing fall protection because they're in an elevated situation. Too many times, falls in mines result in deaths or disabling injuries.
You don't have to fall but once without the proper fall protection to kill yourself. You may not get a second chance if you don't wear the proper fall protection in your working environment at the mine. So you're saying, hey, the job will only take a minute or two. I really don't want to take all that time to put on a full body harness with shock-absorbing lanyard. I'll just catch myself if I fall. Think again, partner. In a 3-foot fall, a 200-pound person generates enough speed and inertia to require almost 1 ton of energy, 2,000 foot-pounds to stop. In a 6-foot fall, it will take nearly 6,000 foot-pounds to stop you. Furthermore, during a fall, you're traveling a lot faster than you think. You might be able to blink 3 times during the first 1 second of a fall. At the first blink, you've traveled 18 inches. At the second blink, you've traveled 6 feet. At the third blink or 1 second, you're 16 feet from the fall position. And you really think you're going to catch yourself to break the fall. A securely attached shock-absorbing lanyard or system connected to a full body harness, or fall arrestment system as it's called, is the key to breaking a fall. When the fall protection system takes over, the body slows down smoothly during the fall. All of the energy built up during the fall is transmitted through the body and the fall protection system during deceleration, and the stopping force is applied to strong bones and muscles under the buttocks in the body. You then hang in suspension until rescue or until you can climb out of that situation safely. What would you say is the single most important factor in the proper function of a personal fall protection system? The type of system? The date of manufacture? The number of co-workers assisting you? The height at which you're working? The single most important factor is the fact that you choose to use the system instead of leaving it behind in a locker, tool room, or truck. Using the proper fall protection system is the key to your safety when working in elevated areas or other situations. Fall protection equipment should be stored away from excessive heat, direct sunlight, chemical exposure, and areas where welding is conducted. Equipment that has been subjected to a fall must be returned to the manufacturer for recertification or to be destroyed. Assuming that the protection equipment has not been used in a fall, before you put on a harness, inspect it for frayed webbing, broken fibers or cuts, burn holes from hot work, distorted D-rings, cracks, rough or sharp edges on parts, excess wear where the buckle attaches, tongue or grommet condition, and a safely working buckle. Next, hold the harness by the back D-ring and shake the straps into place. Put the straps over your shoulders so that the D-ring is located in the middle of the back between your shoulder blades. Pull the leg strap between your legs and connect it to the opposite end. The waist strap should be tight but not binding. Connect the chest strap and position it in the middle of your chest. Now check for snug fit that allows for full movement. You do not want the harness to be too loose in its fit, or you might slide through it and come out of it during a fall. In addition to the harness, you need to check the condition of lanyards. Is the webbing or rope frayed, worn, or rotten? Are the snap hooks corroded, deformed, or not locking properly? Is the shock absorber in good shape? Is the splicing and or stitching frayed, worn, or rotted? Now, don't overlook anchorage connectors. The webbing needs to be checked to see if it's frayed, worn, or rotted. Are the D-rings corroded, bent, or cracked? And same thing for the pins and locking devices. By the way, if you'll be using a tripod, check the condition of the legs for corrosion or to see if they're bent or cracked. Is the head frame in good condition? Are the feet okay? Are the leg chains in sound condition? Are pins and locking devices corroded, bent, or cracked? Do pulleys work smoothly without slipping? Also, check the condition of individual winches, horizontal and or vertical lifelines if they're going to be used. Now that you've conducted an inspection of your fall protection equipment, let's look at some important tips for the correct use of personal fall protection. Pre-plan the use of proper fall protection equipment for the mine work area in which you'll be exposed to or working in. This is called a fall hazard survey. Only use equipment for the job that it was designed to do. Once you've properly put on the full body harness with shock-absorbing lanyard, focus on anchorage for the fall arrest system. It must be strong enough to take several times the weight of a falling worker. It needs to hold a minimum of 5,000 pounds. If it won't hold your car, then it won't hold you. The best anchorages are I-beams, specially rigged lifelines, tag lines, and other solid fixtures. Now, don't trust conduit, light fixtures, handrails, pipes, cable hangers, or anything else that wasn't designed to take a sudden heavy load. Select an anchorage that lets you move freely, but that doesn't increase the distance of your free fall. The best location for anchorage is directly above to reduce the distance of your fall and the possibility of swinging into objects around you. Do not anchor off to anything below the D-ring on your body harness, as this increases free fall and the risk of injury to you. Remember, shock-absorbing lanyards can add up to 3 feet of free fall. If you have to move, change your anchorage point to again be directly above you. Never attach your fall protection to anything that will allow a free fall of more than 6 feet in distance. If you're using a vertical lifeline, a trained and competent person must instruct you in the attaching to and use of the vertical line. Make sure the vertical line is tied off at both the upper and lower end so that your lanyard will not move past the tie-offs in the event of a fall. Only one person at a time may be anchored to a vertical lifeline. When tying off to I-beams and other structures that may have rough or sharp edges, protect the lanyard by using padding or using an abrasion-resistant strap. Horizontal lifelines require that a competent trained person instruct in the attaching to and the use of the line. More than one person may be anchored to the horizontal lifeline. The more persons that are attached to the line, the stronger the line and its anchors must be. No matter what the line, remember, it is required that the line support 5,000 pounds per person. Always use snap hooks for connectors that have latches which prevent rollout. Rollout protectors will prevent latches on hooks from being opened, allowing the hook to come out of or off of its anchorage. By the way, don't carry tools or objects in your hands while climbing or working. Use either belt hooks or a rope hoist to lift tools and materials. If someone with personal fall protection equipment has fallen, the person should be rescued as quickly and safely as possible. Your supervisor must explain the company rescue policy, which includes rescue by properly trained coworkers, methods for calling a rescue squad.
Yes, this is Alan Tubbs at Four Corners Mine.
Or a combination of both of these methods. It is very important that you and your coworkers know what your rescue plan calls for. Rescue equipment should include ladders, aerial lifts, hoists, ropes, proper communication equipment, and you should have practiced the use of this equipment. Telephone numbers should be posted for calling on-site and outside emergency help promptly. Have baskets, blankets, and medical supplies on hand for the victim. Once a victim is reached, try to lower the victim or bring the victim to safety as rapidly as possible. Remain calm and try to calm the victim to minimize further injuries. Remember, the victim may have head, neck, or back injuries, so you want to handle with care and try not to make these injuries worse. When required, the proper use of personal fall protection equipment is essential to working safely in the mining environment. Be smart. Know how to use, inspect, and properly store your equipment, and wear it when the work assignment requires fall protection. Build a lifeline to safety through the proper use of fall protection.
Well, there you have it. You have the necessary information. You're armed and dangerous. For the sake of you and your family, I hope you'll use fall protection every time it's needed. Until the next exciting mine safety training video, work safe.